Listen, Twitch ads.
This is battle.
This is competition.
Dominate the game.
Brought to you by Omen, by HP, and Intel Core i7
What the
processors.
fuck is making noise? Am I looking at
Brought to you by
something that's
Omen, by
making
HP,
noise? Like,
Sorry, that was my ad playing that you were hearing.
oh,
And you were hearing it on your stream. Sorry about that.
that's very confusing. You're such a jerk.
Well, hello there.
Alejandros. Ooh. Must not put pressure. Broken chair. Broken chair, it's broken. It's broken. It's broken. I finally broke it after so many years of breaking things. I broke my chair. Oh, fuck, I broke my fucking chair. Oh, shit. Fuck. This fucking chair is broken. It's broken. Fucking chair is broken. It's broken.
Just gonna keep going. Gonna bust some tunes with that?
It's broken. It's broken. 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 Broke my chair. Broke my chair. Broke my chair.
Okay. Check for this time. Headset hit. Let me see if that's gonna cut down on some echo. Quick ribbon. Acknowledge this. Have fun. Cinder!
It's Cinder. Cinder. Cinder.
Nice, David. Nice.
Cinder. I'm driving. Chair is broken. Broke my chair. Broke my chair. Yeah. This sounds a lot better when I tune it to drop D and plug in my effects pedal. Because then it's got so much bullshit on top of my shitty guitar playing that you can't even tell that I don't play guitar. I play bass. 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 Bass.
Can you not hear me because I wasn't saying anything while she was doing all that? Or can you just not hear me when I'm talking now?
Because you're trying to switch to your headset, weren't ya?
That's right.
You did it wrong. You did it wrong. 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 Did it wrong. Wrong. You did it wrong.
You do it.
You suck. You suck. You did it wrong. You did it wrong. 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 Put this away now.
Okay, how's that? Is that any better? Can you hear me now?
Ah!
Oh, you cad. That'll be high. Still can't hear me.
Yeah, everybody flirt with Thorn. He likes it.
Don't tell them.
Nobody ever flirts with him, so it's probably.
Ouch.
I'm just kidding.
You don't know me.
He actually gets checked out all the time. Makes him uncomfortable for some reason.
Uh-oh.
What? What did you do?
Nothing. I just,
Broke the stream?
Any sound now? Anybody? Hello?
Captain Lou, up to what's going on? Yeah. The wheels in the sky keep on turning.
Nice.
Yeah, that fucking sounds good. Let's switch that acoustic up to some hard rock. Yeah. That looks really bad now that I'm looking at it. I'm also getting lipstick all over my phone case. And this was all over New York City today, so that's gross. That's gross. Look, guys, I got a pop socket. I fucking pop it in. And you pull it out, and then you hold it like any way you want to. You know what I'm saying? So I've got these tiny little hands, so now I can use my thumb. It's $10 on Amazon. Got it for BlizzCon so I can actually hold my fucking phone. Can hold my fucking phone. Hold my fucking phone. Cause if you don't hold your phone, then you're gonna be fucked. Yes, indeed. I don't know. Okay, new sample. No, I'm doing it wrong. No, I'm doing it wrong. So, how are you guys doing? There isn't enough music that has like dogs barking in it. But yeah, how are you guys doing? What's going on?
Uh-oh. I
What?
think I figured it out.
Oh
You guys should be
god.
able to hear me now. Because I'm a dope, and there's a mute button on this cord. Oh, technical difficulties.
Look at the fine stitching on the word dope. That's a Simpsons reference.
That's awesome.
Homer is a dope.
Like on that BattleBots stream that was on the other night where the announcer said dope, and everybody was like, scripted, scripted, dope, 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 dope.
That was dope.
How's the echo, guys? From both our ends. From my
Hey,
end.
don't
and
listen to
her
my end, please.
end. Should be a lot less echo with a headset versus the mic over there. Holy shit, not mean. Congratulations.
No, I mean,
Holy shit.
now we can call you daddy.
I have an echo. Motherfucker.
Hey,
Oh.
know what I mean, daddy?
Alright.
Hot.
So I have an echo in this mic. Holy crap. Shotgun wedding, buddy?
Yeah, like a shotgun wedding? I mean,
or
that's
just
cool.
speeding up existing plans? Either way, that's fucking awesome. Congratulations.
Dude. That's big. That's like a big shit, you know? Like, that's shit that's big. I'm fine.
Yeah.
We're really
Yes,
proud
I
of
know
you,
what you
though.
were saying.
We're really proud. Proud of you. Hey,
It's a lick.
thanks, Ewok. I felt it. I felt it on my face. I felt it on my butt. Look at my butt. Nice. Dude, you're getting fucking married. Have a fucking baby. Fucking do other stuff that adults do. I don't know what that is yet, but I'll find out someday. Hopefully.
Okay, Drew.
Oh no, she better don't.
It's about that time. What do
Yes.
you say we overlay and bust some tunes?
Let's do it.
See you guys in 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and mute yourself for a minute. 2 minutes.
Oh no. Well, I don't drink, so you can have lots of fun when you don't drink. Taking pictures of people who are drunk. Get ready. Mhm.
And welcome back, guys. Welcome to episode number 11.
11.
Welcome back. Thanks for those tuning into the pre-show to help us out with balance and the like. Namin, congrats on the upcoming nuptials.
And butt jewels.
Yes, especially the buttuals. That's the most important part. So
And
tonight, talking about some video games in movies and TVs.
Yay, because we talked so well about Batman last
Yeah.
fucking week, so
That was kind of the idea.
why not? Because, like, we're trying to keep the show, like, mostly video gamey,
Yeah.
but, you know, who knows? Like,
Right.
that's not a guarantee. I don't know what we're going to talk about, maybe, except I do. And guess what? Unrelated, but kind of related as well. This show is the second last show before BlizzCon. It's fucking this show, then the next show, then BlizzCon. You fucking kidding me? Like, where's the time gone? Holy lifting.
Seriously.
Oh
It's so
my
close.
god.
It's like need to get a haircut.
Makes me want to take my clothes off.
I need to don't do that. We're gonna get kicked off straight.
Kidding. Get kicked off Twitch. But yeah, so that's like super hype inducing. We're so stoked about it. I don't even know what to say about it beyond that, honestly, right now.
I mean,
So
we're gonna have plenty to say about that. So why don't we start with the elephant in the room, Fist?
what did you call me?
What? That's not what I meant.
Listen,
What I meant was, why are video game movies so bad?
that's actually a good question. And like, I didn't realize that okay, I have terrible taste in movies. Just awful. Just awful, 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 awful. Just really bad. Like, I thought The Bodyguard was a good movie. I think it is a good movie, but apparently I'm wrong. Apparently that's not a good movie.
That's not a good example though, because that has like such a shining soundtrack and you know
I
the late
wanna
Whitney Houston.
run to you. Nah. You know what fucking song is awesome off that album and movie? Fucking Queen of the Night. Fucking, okay. Don't listen to me anymore. Go to YouTube, look up Queen of the Night
Well, don't do that now.
by Whitney Houston.
Stay here.
Fucking, like, even if you're like a dude, you're gonna be all like, I'm the fucking Queen of the Night.
Do you
And
want me
like
to
that
play it?
part.
Do you want me to
What?
play it right now? Because if I can play it right now, so you can have that actual like reference in the show, but then it's probably gonna get muted.
Yeah, but then we'll
Off
get
of Twitch.
muted on the recording. So don't do that.
Just the part where this song's playing.
I got stuff that you want. I got the thing that you need,
There you go.
etc. But yeah, no, that part's cool. 'Cause,
Cetera's
like,
not in the song.
in the movie, she like comes out on stage at this club and nobody's expecting that it's her, and she's in this like wicked like wizard cloak, and then she like whips it off when she starts singing, and she's wearing like plate like a paladin, and like, you know, it's like sexy,
sweet.
like a female World of Warcraft character. So, and she's like Queen of the Night, so it's like a little like, you know, undead reference a little bit, Banshee Queen maybe. Anyway, everything can be like sort of compared to WoW. Like everything in life, I'm pretty sure can be brought back to WoW. But anyway, yeah, it's a cool movie. But otherwise, I have really bad taste in movies. So I like a lot of video game movies, but apparently they're bad, and I didn't know about that until I was having a discussion with my guildmates like a few years ago, and I think it was right before the Warcraft movie came out, because before the Warcraft movie came out, everybody was like, is it going to be good? You know, like, this is probably the most important movie of our lifetime, pretty much, like, just because of, you know, who we are and what we like. So the first Warcraft movie, like, this could make or break it pretty much. So we're all like really hoping that it's going to be good, but then we had to like kind of reflect on like all the other video game movies before it and why they're so fucking bad.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, Fist, because I'm like, they're good video game movies, and they're like, okay, Fist, name one, and I'm like, Mortal fucking Kombat, duh, and they're like, was it really? And I'm like, yes. Yes?
There's Whitney, by the way. I'm putting her up on screen so people can see the plate that you were referring to.
Hell yeah, fucking paladin, am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Some slut mog.
Slut.
Not that she is a slut. How dare I even say that word in the same breath as we used it. Apologies. Okay.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, so Mortal Kombat. That's what I think of. Like, that's what I used to think of first when I thought video game movie. Obviously, it's the Warcraft movie now. But, like, that movie was and is, like, really, really important to me. And it's kind of just been, like, because I've been playing Mortal Kombat almost my whole life, you know?
Yeah.
And so the movie has just been, like, really important. And I wanted to share something with everybody. This Mortal Kombat movie, because there's a few of them. There's like Mortal Kombat movie, then there's like Mortal Kombat movie 2, and then there's this one, Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins, and it is by far the worst one, but it's awesome. And like the animation,
this is like the whole movie.
Yeah, it's like the whole movie. And
I clicked the link so they just heard the intro.
Oh, good. And the animation is just so bad. Like the way they walk, it's hilarious.
Nice.
But and it's got like the origin story of Prince Goro, which is super sweet. But yeah, so let's get into this movie. Let's like get right into it, shall we? So it starts off with like what? Liu Kang, and doesn't he meet like Raiden or something?
I don't remember how this goes. It's been a long time. You've definitely seen it more recently than I have.
Probably. And then there's like Sonya, and she's like following what's his face, like the Australian dude. What's his fucking name? What's the Australian dude's name?
The Australian dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's got like half a face, and there's that one part where he's like eating, and Prince
Kano.
Girl's like, "You're disgusting." Kano, thank you.
Brewmaster.
Oh my god, I was floundering.
Brewmaster Wanzu, thank you.
Thank you. But so she's like trying to get him, so she jumps on the Mortal Kombat boat, and then fucking Johnny Cage, he like
There you go.
is awesome at fighting. I think Johnny Cage is such like an interesting character.
Really?
It's like, yeah, because he's like, he's
He
this
seems so
like
boring.
super. Well, no, like he's just like
So vanilla.
he's super douchey, you know, because he's like this Hollywood actor, but like he's so good at his own stunts that he could be in the Mortal Kombat tournament, which is a real thing that happens on another dimension.
That's a good point.
You know,
That's a solid point. I
it's
didn't
just,
consider that.
yeah, it's just weird because it's like it could have been like any type of human like Earth warrior, but they picked like this like super douchey movie star, and he has to kind of like prove himself, you know. I thought that was cool. Like Liu Kang, he doesn't really have to prove himself as a fighter, but he's got a lot to fight for, you know. And then you got Sonya, and she's like never mind the whole I'm a woman, I have to prove myself, because that's just a regular thing. But it's like Sonya Blade, like that's her fucking job. Like she is the job, you know. So she's really good at fighting, but she's like, that's my job.
Here's
Like
your
I'm
pivotal
just
moment.
I'm just gonna fucking do it. It sucks that in the movie she becomes like the fucking victim, of course, at the end in like that tiny dress and whatever.
Yeah,
but
that's bullshit.
her like that gif of her like squeezing what's
There you
his
go.
face's neck. Like I love that part. She's just like, fuck you. It was good. But yeah. So what else was cool? Fucking
Well,
Princess Hot Katana. Like what's going on? And fucking was Reptile in that movie or was he
No.
in the second movie?
I think he was in the second one. But
Really?
Scorpion and what's his fuck? Frost Mage
I
guy.
was gonna say Blizzard. Oh god, what's happening to me? Yeah, fucking Scorpion guy. Come here.
Is
Yeah,
that just Scorpion?
and doesn't he take his mask off in the movie as well? And there's like skull face going on.
I don't remember. See, I also don't remember if that's like the first one or the second one or whatever.
Okay, guaranteed 90% of everybody in the chat room right now is a Sub-Zero main.
Sub-Zero, thank you. Brewmaster's all over this.
Yeah, he is. You all are Sub-Zero mains. I can see it. It's always the case. And I was like never into him,
Yeah.
but everybody else was. So like I was always getting fucking frozen, and like I'd slip on the ice when I was playing because I always wanted to be Prince Goro, of course, or Reptile, because those were like the coolest characters, in my opinion. But
Saturn. Veronica
Doug is a
Vaughn is one hot
Scorpion main.
piece of ace, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
One hot piece
Interesting.
of ace.
A's.
Good stuff.
Okay, so I was wrong. We got Doug the Scorpion Man. We got
Suck!
Villain Manny,
Scorpion Man.
Cage Man,
Yes.
Reptile. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to assume your Mortal Kombat mains, you guys. That was on me. That is bad. That's like podcaster privilege right there,
Man.
or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that movie was fucking sweet. It had like all the characters. Prince Goro was so cool in that movie. I think the worst part of the movie was how they completely turned Raiden into a Caucasian guy.
Yeah, he's on screen.
Like, they didn't have to do that. They shouldn't have done that. It's like, what were they trying to do? Like, make Raiden more relatable or
I
something
don't
to
know.
American audiences? Like,
He was the biggest name in the movie, though, wasn't he?
maybe? Who played Princess Katana? She was hot.
I know her face. I'm not
Like,
sure I recognized her face at the
hot.
time, but I don't know if she was a known actress or not.
Did she hook up with Liu Kang in that movie? I hope that they did, because that would have been hot too. Liu Kang in that movie was, you know, like at the end where he's like topless and he's got his like weird long mullet with the bangs. And Shang Tsung is like, I'm gonna eat your soul, bitch. And he's like, not with these pecs, motherfucker, what's going on? And he's like, finish him. And
Yeah.
Liu Kang's like, I got this. Whatever. No way. What's going on? Or something. I don't know. I fucking haven't seen it in ages.
Yeah.
But yeah. But the best part.
Christopher Lambert was Raiden.
Yeah.
I think he was the biggest name, and I think Bridget Wilson was like the next biggest name, maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, I think like the best worst part is at the end where that I forget what the second bad guy's name was, but he's like, I've come for your souls. And the GIF, like Raiden's eyes like go like that, and he's like, I don't think so. And then it's that fucking and then they start the Mortal Kombat the movie soundtrack song. But before that, there is that like EDM sort of. What's the song? You know, like every '90s movie had it.
Orbital.
I think. It's like da, 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 da. I don't fucking know. But yeah, no, that movie was just like as a kid, when you're seeing it, like a lot of us were, it was fucking cool. It was just a cool ass movie, and I think like
I got it. Here's the end with Raiden.
oh sweet.
It's so bad.
The
Oh my
coolest-
god! And then he starts laughing.
I don't think so. I don't remember him laughing. Is that
Yeah.
like an outtake
Look at the
or
gif.
something? Yeah, I'm looking at it, but
And then his eyes
I
close.
don't think so.
Here, I'll do it for you. I don't think so. That's how it went. That's like a cut from the actual movie.
That's not. I don't think that's it. Because I would have remembered the laugh. Like that makes it all just isn't worse. See, yeah, see, Draven's like it's not. That must be like an outtake or something. And you know why he's laughing? Because he knows how fucking shitty that is. Like it should have just ended without the cliffhanger. You know, like just like the happy children running to the temple with Liu Kang and Johnny Cage and Sonya arm in arm, and everybody's happy, and it's that EDM song, and everybody's just like, oh, it's that song at the end of Mean Girls. Remember?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's that one. Yeah, no, it should have just ended. Because, like, of course there was going to be a Mortal Kombat 2. Like, whatever year in the 90s that came out, like, that was, like, the biggest movie, I can guarantee you. And I know nothing about movies. So, I'm just saying. But the best thing that came out of this movie, by far, was the theme song. Am I right?
Oh, hell yeah. The whole soundtrack was bitchin'.
Yeah.
The whole
Right.
soundtrack was kick ass.
That theme song was just... Like, that made it.
Mortal Kombat!
Like fucking Space Jam. You know? Like, it was a great movie, mostly. Not really. But the song...
Well, it was to you because you like bad movies.
That's true.
There you go. See,
That is
case in
true.
point.
No, that's true.
This is your katana, right? I think. Pretty sure that's her. Unless I got it wrong. But
She
yeah,
was so hot in that movie.
but the
Yeah.
soundtrack though, like obviously everybody knows the theme song, and
Ooh, 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 ooh,
ooh, ooh.
ooh, 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 ooh. It's hard to do.
True Villain Manny said it's Orbital as the song. I'm trying to remember the name of
Nice.
the
Yeah, that song is just like... Is that just like...
it wasn't everything, you're right.
Like, the
Halcyon.
only two times
It's called
I've ever
Halcyon.
heard that song is at the end of movies. Like, is
Yep.
like that... Is that like a thing? Like,
It's
if
also
I...
at the beginning of movies. It's actually the intro song for Hackers as well.
Oh my god.
It's in a lot of soundtracks.
Why? Like, if I make a movie, do I have to sign a contract saying that I'm going to use that song
Apparently.
at some point? Well, I'm never going to make a movie then, because I don't want to use it. I probably would, though. That'd be funny. Okay.
Well, I
so-
wouldn't expect to hear it in anything modern, and then it was in fucking Mean Girls in the weirdest
I
place. It's just so out of
know.
place.
It's just like, oh,
Strangely
everything's
outrageous.
fine now at high school, and in, like, the year 2000, it's fine now. Now we're going to, like, shove some little girls in front of a bus. I don't know.
Hack the planet.
Okay, so what movie's next on the docket here?
Did you want to talk about Mortal Kombat 2 separately?
Right, Mortal Kombat 2. I don't really want to talk about it. Is Reptile in that one?
Yeah, he's
and
in that one.
not the first
I'm
one?
pretty sure he's in.
Because
the
I thought
second
he
one
was in
only.
the first one for like 5 seconds.
I don't remember that. I mean, I don't trust my memory on this.
He
It's been
just
way
he
too long.
looks super shitty. Like he like melts out of a wall and he's like made of like plasticine or something, and it's just like he turns into Reptile. I don't know. It's really bad. But Mortal Kombat 2 was shitty and awful because obviously they killed off Johnny Cage for some reason. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is that?
Did they even give
like-
a?
Oh, we need somebody to die, so let's kill off motherfucking Johnny Cage. That's like killing off Ron Weasley, you know?
I wonder.
Fucking Harry Potter is Liu Kang. Sonya, Hermione, obviously. Fucking Johnny Cage is fucking Ron Weasley. Like, it's like this, you know? Like, you can't have a triangle with only two sides, because then you've just got loser movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's Johnny Cage? Down that way, because he fell off a fucking cliff. Because you killed him. Like, why? 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 Why'd they do that?
I don't know.
That's stupid. You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
When I'm in California for Blizzcation, as Rose said earlier, and then I'm stealing it now.
Well put.
For Blizzcation, fucking... No, Johnny Cage was not Malfoy! No! No! Who was Malfoy then?
So Chewy.
Probably Prince Goro, because I like him the best. Anyway.
It was
so,
Zug who said that he was Malfoy.
Yeah, he would say that.
Nice one, Pat.
But, what was I saying?
When you're on Blizzcation, you're gonna what?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna find the person that wrote the script for that movie, because I assume they live in California, because of movies. And I'm gonna, like, punch them right in the face. I'll be like, you know what? If Johnny Cage were alive today, no thanks to you, he would do this. Punch.
Damn.
And kick. High kick. What was his combo special?
I don't know.
Ooh, 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 ooh. That was it.
Your soul is mine.
So mine.
I love all
Do you
the
guys remember, like,
catchphrases.
Animality and Babyality?
Yeah.
And, like,
I gotta be honest though.
the other alities?
I was not a big fan of the game. I know I'm in the extreme minority in that. I was a Street
You
Fighter. I was a Street Fighter 2 guy.
That's disgusting.
And I
And there
know
was
that-
a Street Fighter movie, was there not?
There certainly was, and it is, I would argue, far worse than the Mortal Kombat movie. So,
actually is.
Let's talk about that for a moment. So the Street Fighter movie was based around Jean-Claude Van Damme, right?
As most things are.
As Guile, right? As like the main, as the American military army guy, Guile, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I'm from Alabama.
With his fucking
Clan
beret
Dam.
and shit. It was
Yeah.
great.
He actually did kind of look like him, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was missing the big blonde hair, of course.
Yes, of course. That movie was just weird to me, because, like, I remember watching it when it came out on VHS. And I wanted to see it because I played the game, right?
Right.
And I'm like a little kid, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is not fun to watch.
You remember you were thinking that as a kid?
Yeah, I hated it, and I actually thought it was kind of boring and scary at the same time, I guess.
Was that his
Uh,
last movie?
Oh, really?
Was that Raul
Shit.
Julia's last movie? Because he was in Bison. He was the main villain. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
So you
no.
thought as a child while watching that it was bad?
Yeah,
Damn.
because, like, the Mortal Kombat movie is like the game, you know? Like, these people are, like, doing the tournament, you know? Like, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
But this one, like, what the hell was this movie even about? Was it about fighting?
It was like
or was it about, like,
it was like
conflict?
international diplomacy shit. And
Yeah.
like Raul Julia's M. Bison was the international villain. It was like a U.S. Russia kind of shit. Stupid.
That's
fucking,
stupid.
It was really dumb.
It's like, it's a
really
90s
dumb.
fighter game
Yeah.
for kids, and then they're like, let's make a serious fucking movie about this and see how well that goes. Like, oh, everybody loves this game, but they'd love it even more if it was really fucking boring. Right?
Right.
Nah, let's move on. Fuck
Let's
that
just
movie.
let's
What's
just
next?
fucking ruin it.
What's next?
The Warcraft movie.
Oh,
Let's talk about that Warcraft movie. I mean, we kind of touched on it to begin with, right?
yeah. It's by far my favorite video game movie of all time.
I think the only one that I could say that competes with it was maybe the like the sheer sexiness of Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Just kidding.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
that was a really bad
terrible.
lie also, because it took you ages to come up with that.
Terrible. I was trying to think of a different word that I never
It was
did
just
think of.
really, really bad.
Yeah. So anyway, the Warcraft movie.
Right, so before it came out, as I was saying, like, obviously all of us were in the community were, you know, not apprehensive, but just a little nervous because, you know, we all know that video game movies don't have the best reputation. They don't always do super well, you know?
Yep.
So Thorne and I had an advanced screening pass, and then like what was it? Like an advanced screening pass, and then another advanced screening pass?
Yep.
Like two
We
on different
won-
days.
We won a pair
Yeah.
because they weren't really doing like a Chicago area premiere type thing, so we were couldn't try and get. There's nothing to try and get into.
Yeah.
In Chicago, so.
But yeah, it was
We
pretty
want him there.
sweet. I was a little bit worried. I was, but like, I trust Duncan Jones, you know? Like, I know that he's very creative, and he's played World of Warcraft, and he loves the lore, and like, he was hyping that movie so hard. And like I said, I'm not good at movies. I don't know a lot about them. I can talk about all the bad ones because once I like a movie, I just watch it over and over instead of watching new movies. So, like, I've never like followed a movie so closely before it came out. So like, I'm sure a lot of directors and people working on movies do this, but like, I was following his Twitter, his Periscope, most notably, because he used Periscope a lot to like show off like the props and like what he was working on, and just like give his like general,
Cool.
overall feelings about how the movie was going and stuff. And I remember at one point he was standing in like this huge room, and it was all of the orc like backdrops and stuff, like all the props and shit. And he's like walking through it and just talking about how beautiful everything is and how much he appreciates the art and the lore and stuff. And then he's showing off all the movie merch and shit, and I'm just like,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
but yeah, so I don't know, like that made me feel a little less nervous, I guess, before the movie came out.
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
I was damn nervous. Oh yeah. I mean, we had a show going already, right, for that, and we met in World of Warcraft, and like all of our friends are in World of Warcraft, and it's such a big part of our lives, right? So I was looking to this to be the big breakout opportunity for the rest of pop culture to kind of catch on, and it didn't really have that effect, unfortunately.
No, and I think that would have happened no matter what, I think there's just like Warcraft has the most lore out of almost every single game ever,
Yep.
like not only so much like lore, like actual story, but just like quality lore, shit that people actually care about. And so and I'm sure this goes with like every diehard fan of a franchise that like a movie is made out of, like it's just, you go in and you know that they can't tell the whole story, and you know that if they tried to tell the whole story, it would be even worse than whatever they ended up doing.
Yeah.
So, I went in with like tempered expectations, and it was okay. It was a great movie, but like it was never going to live up to our expectations story-wise. Like everything else, except for Corona, I'm sorry. That's the one part of the movie that I just can't stand. I'm sorry. But, everything else was wonderful. It was beautiful. It made me cry a few times because like I'm literally like staring at the screen at places where I go to, places
Yep.
I've been. It's like seeing a movie that was shot in your hometown or something, and you're just like, whoa,
Yep.
And it all looks so real, and like the orcs and their wargs, and like the scarecrow dudes in Westfall, and the murloc in the water, and just all that shit was just so fucking good. And like seeing Khadgar use polymorph, like fuck, come on. But the story was it was too squished and condensed, and that was just gonna happen either way. So, I made peace with it. But the thing that was hard was that my mom saw it, and like, she's aware of World of Warcraft. I mean, you'd have to be being my mom, right?
Yeah.
And she's super up on like, her thing is Star Wars. Like she's a hardcore Star Wars fanatic. Like she will dress up as a Jedi for no reason, like it's not that she's like not into sci-fi, it's not that she's not into fantasy, it's not that she's like off the radar with these things. Like she is very much, but like she just doesn't play video games.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that like the movie would sort of show her not just the action, but like the meaningful story behind it, and why her daughter said that she would disown her as a mother if she started like cheering for the Alliance. And I think the movie did an okay job of that, but like she watches it and she doesn't she doesn't feel what I feel inside, you know? And that's what I was hoping for. I wanted the movie to sort of convey why I love Warcraft so much. So it didn't really do that, but it came as close as it possibly could. It was beautiful. It was well done. It was just, you know, it was as good as it possibly could have been. And I do certainly hope that it gets a sequel. I hope that it gets many sequels, because number one, merch.
Yeah.
Number two, Warcraft stuff. Seeing Warcraft again, like on the TV, like with like movie commercials and stuff, like that was fucking cool. Like
Yep.
seeing Warcraft stuff at Walmart and shit, that's
Yep.
fucking cool.
That
I
was
want to
really
see
cool.
that everywhere.
We still look for action figures from the movie and everything like that. even-
Yeah. There's like an action figure. There's like a, I don't remember which one it is, but it's one I don't have, and it's at fucking Target right now for like $25. I'm just like, can you please lower the price so I can purchase this?
Hasn't come down at all either.
Ew. But it's worth. You know, I'm fine.
Yeah. So I think like the part that is rough that we have to kind of take into account is when you're being introduced to the Warcraft universe, and this was said in chat a little bit. This was not World of Warcraft that people were being introduced to. This was early Warcraft lore,
That's true.
and that's like imagine everything you know about the lore, no matter how much or how little you know about it. You know enough of the basics to know that there's a very, very long and very wide, girthy timeline to all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you're writing a movie about it, where do you jump in? You know,
Yeah.
like it's a
There's no good place to jump
it's a
in.
rough choice, yeah. So, I like the idea of some clash between orcs and humans, because after all, that's what Warcraft was called originally.
Yeah.
Warcraft, orcs and
That's
humans.
what it's
Like, that was
all
the whole point.
about.
So like, that part makes sense, but like they just jumped into so many things, like. The problem that I had about it, because I really liked it very much because we're Warcraft fans. So of course, like there was so much for the fans in there, and I feel like the biggest mistake was and actually somebody said kind of the opposite in chat here. You know, that I know that they were kind of doing stuff that they had to do to appeal to, you know, moviegoer crowds and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they really did that. I feel like they missed the boat on that big time. In fact, I think they did a terrible job of that. I was trying my best to step outside of my fandom the second time that I saw it, and said, okay, if
I
I know
didn't.
nothing, because the first time I was freaking out, of course, right? Like
I
hype
cried.
as fuck. So, yeah, exactly. Like
Crazy time.
when the theater went dark and that Blizzard logo came up on the screen, I was like,
This fucking woman, she sees an orc for the first time on screen. She's like, ew. And I'm like,
I had to hold you back.
hold my popcorn. I was
About to cut a bitch. But yeah, so, you know, there's all kinds of things in there. Like Joey Image said, Doomhammer. There's so many fucking things in the movie that, like, as fans, like, you just fucking freak out.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, nobody realizes that's a Murloc we just panned past. Oh my god, that's fucking Doomhammer. Like, there's all these things that, like, they don't even name, they don't even focus on. And to us, it's like, holy
Yeah,
shit!
like
This is it,
Easter
come to
eggs.
life!
It's fucking Easter, bitches.
Right,
And we're getting all the chocolate. And it's melted.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, you know, they had the rough job of trying to pick something that would be a good starting point, be able to appeal to both fans and the general audience, which is like impossible to do, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like unfortunately, they really, in my opinion, really missed the boat on the general interest. Now, all that said, I don't remember what the box office was on this or the budget, but do remember that even if a film doesn't necessarily do that well, as far as we know. Hey, isn't that nice that we can do quotes because we're on camera? We can do quotes. We don't have to do quotes like on the podcast.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, based on the budget and what it made, so the budget was 160 million, and it grossed. Ooh, I don't think they have the full.
You know what my favorite part of the whole movie was?
What?
There's this picture of the premiere, and Ian was there, and he was wearing this suit, and it like matches his eyes, and there's this photo of him in the suit on the red carpet, and he's like gazing into the sun, and it's like lighting up his eyes. That's my favorite part of the movie. If that could happen again, that'd be great.
Very nice. Yeah, so in terms of like a film success, it was a success. Like in terms
Especially
of
in
the
China.
budget versus like what they pulled down at the box office, definitely a success. So I don't know if I see how they wouldn't continue to make them, you know? I mean, 160 million that's a big fat budget. That's a big fat summer blockbuster budget. So
It's a big fat summer boner buster. Oh, my boner
Yeah.
is busted. That would hurt though.
thanks, Draven. Worldwide 433. Yeah, so 160 versus 433. There you go. That is a full-on success in movie terms. So since it's got franchise appeal and, you know, sequel appeal and all that sort of thing, it's absolutely something that would be on the docket to revisit. They would have to be looking at something else as the reason why not to do it.
They will. I have faith. Maybe they'll announce it at BlizzCon.
Maybe what?
Maybe they'll announce it at BlizzCon.
That'd be an awesome announcement for
Warcraft
BlizzCon.
movie, the sequel. They'll call it Warcraft 2, the sequel.
Well, think of how many movies are out there that are fucking stupid, and you're like, wow, they're making another one of those.
I know, right? It's like White Chicks 2.
Like Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Yeah. Can we just get a Warcraft 2, please, to make up for that shit? Like Joanna Man? Have you ever seen that? Not me. The Animal with Rob Schneider? Rob Schneider is anything. What movie should we talk about next?
How about Double Dragon?
I've never seen that.
Never seen that.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, do you even know what
It sounds
the
like
game was?
a DVDA sort of style porn,
No.
except only one.
Did you-
So
do you
it's a
not know the
double
game?
V or a double A, but not DVDA. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know what you were saying.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anybody else knows what you're saying, but I know what you're saying. Do you know the game?
No.
Okay, well then never mind.
Okay, what's next?
So how about Prince of Persia?
I didn't watch that either.
Okay.
Wait, was that a cartoon? No, that was Prince of Egypt.
Yep.
You remember that movie had fucking the song with Mariah Carey and
What movie?
somebody else, and they were singing Prince of Egypt.
Oh no, I don't really know that one.
Oh, it was Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. Wow, fucking full circle. Come back around. You fucking... I think the song's called Miracle by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. That's another Whitney Houston song you should check out. But the video is cool because, like, one of them comes out first on stage, and then the other one comes out, and then they, like, walk forward onto, like, this, like, catwalk on stage, kind of, and they just sort of, like sing off each other, you know? And they both have like amazing voices, so it's, I don't know. You probably won't think it's cool, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Okay.
Also, it has nothing to do with video games.
Okay.
So,
So how about the Super Mario Brothers movie?
all right, let's talk about whatever the hell that was. So,
Okay, what not to do in video game movies, part 1.
part one.
Like 101, how to fail it.
Take the video game and then put it on the floor and sweep it gently into a trash can. Take a fresh piece of paper and that's not fresh. Take a piece of paper and write a completely new, entirely different concept for the game and make that into a movie. And also make it inexplicably creepy.
I don't
Like the kind of
I'm not sure I understand what you mean by the creepiness. Like what which piece was
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the fucking dude, the giant dude with the tiny little weird dragon head. Yeah, that guy. Fuck that guy. That guy's fucking creepy, okay? Like, that's the
I don't
kind
know
of
what
shit.
what
like,
do you mean?
When did that come out, by the way? Because, like, a lot of us were little enough to be all like, oh shit, I'm a little kid. I fucking love Mario. I'm gonna see this movie
It
no
was
matter what my mom says.
1993.
1993. Okay, so I was like some number, some age, little age. So fucking like, oh shit, nothing in the world means more to me than fucking Mario, because I'm a fucking little girl. So fuck, go see this fucking movie and get scarred for life. Like, I think about this guy. You know when you go into a bathroom and the bathtub has like a shower curtain and you're like, oh fuck, something is behind the shower curtain that's gonna murder me while I'm on the can, which is where I'm like the most vulnerable, you know?
Right.
Like, how vulnerable do you feel when you're on the can? Like, way more vulnerable than any other
Yeah.
time of life. Because it's like you're like in a crouching position, you're compromised, you're probably like focusing on something else. You would potentially be really embarrassed if somebody saw you in that moment. So there's just like a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not like you don't want to like move without like, you know, cleaning up after yourself. So like if something was gonna like pop out and chase you, like that'd be the worst time. You know? Anyway, but
All right, I have a few lines of trivia to share with you.
okay.
In John Leguizamo's autobiography, which has got to be a read, right? He states that he and Bob Hoskins hated working on the film and frequently got drunk to make it through the experience. Both men apparently knew the movie would turn out bad, so they tried making the best of it. He also said he felt that one of the biggest reasons the movie turned out the way it did was because the directors wanted a more adult movie, while the studio, considering the source material, wanted a children's flick.
I mean, the studio kind of had it right though, didn't they?
They clearly did.
Didn't they? Fucking.
And they clearly didn't know what they were doing, because another item in here is that there was an article where they claimed the script was being rewritten so many times during production that the actors stopped paying attention to the daily rewrites. Daily rewrites?
This is not a that fucking, doesn't seem fair to actors.
This is not a soap opera. This is a full length feature blockbuster film. In fact, Tom Hanks wanted the role of Mario.
What?
Which
he would have been great.
Yeah, I mean, even though he's not Italian looking in the least, he still would have been great. But Nintendo worried that the star of Turner and Hooch and Joe versus the Volcano couldn't headline a blockbuster.
Oh, Nintendo got it wrong. Yeah. Nintendo. You know what else was really creepy about that movie? The fucking blobby thing from the ceiling. It was like the chick's dude, the dad. She's like, "Oh, it's my dad." And it's like,
ugh.
Like, you wouldn't want to fuck that at all. Like, not at all. Like, at least with, like, the dude with the dragon head, you could, like, you know, put a bag on it or, like, push him down, bend him over, you know? Not look at his face, like a butterface. But, like, you could not fuck that booger on the ceiling. Not even if you wanted to. Like, some things can be... Like you could maybe fap to it if, you know, under the right circumstances you could fap, but I just feel like the booger on the ceiling, if I'm remembering it correctly, which I think that I am, the booger on the ceiling in the Super Mario movie is unfappable. And yes,
challenge accepted.
That there are people out there who love fapping to boogers. But that booger in particular is unfappable. I'm saying it now.
Unfappable booger.
Here's the LB challenge of the week. That's a new thing that I just made up. Fap to it. Tell me if you can do it. No outside help.
Unfappable booger.
Booger. Do it. Oh, and even better, like hork one, like a loogie into your hand, and then fap.
Stop.
And then like imagine that you're having sex with the booger on the ceiling.
Sick.
Yeah, do it. Hey, this is kind of like when we challenge people to fap with maple syrup, and then a bunch of people sent me articles about why that would be really bad. So I hope nobody did that, because I certainly didn't.
I didn't.
They didn't.
For the record.
So what did you think of that movie? Because you're
was
significantly older than me, so you remember it better.
I do remember it better. I do remember it at the time. I was definitely excited about it, and then I would think I was just really, really horribly confused when it came out.
Yeah.
Because like all the elements were there, like the familiar elements, but then you get somebody like King Koopa, who was Dennis Hopper with like some hair. Like they didn't even make him look like a dragon at all. They just like gave him like a few dragon-esque features.
Yeah, that's all you need, really. That's like a dragon. You know what confused me? The fact that like the Mario Brothers were actually plumbers.
Yeah.
Like they're actually doing plumbing, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's a front.
Yeah.
Kind of plumbers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like you never really get that backstory in the game, right? Like you don't find out how they keep paying the bills while going on these adventures.
I don't know.
I just know it was so nuts, and like they were trying to do so many things at once, you know, like keep it grounded in reality, which
Yeah.
why, and then
Why? And make it like artsy and shit and like slightly. Do you think they were trying to make it disturbing, or it just came out that way?
it's so hard to look at something like this on the back end
Hard.
and trying to understand what in the hell they were thinking, because you can see the finished product is so very bad,
Yeah.
like just so bad. But I guess it makes a little more sense hearing some of that trivia that they were daily rewrites, because that would make sense why some of it just became so incredibly unhinged. Like, I know the plot of the story has to do with Koopa stealing the equivalent of the princess and the Mario Brothers going after her. I know that was the main thrust of the story, but like
Thrust.
there's so many pieces they tried to like shoehorn in,
Yeah.
and like they used they had the little bomb at one point, and like
Yeah.
I mean there's just so many
I
pieces
recognize
like,
that. But it's like, do you think that this movie wrecked any chance of other Mario movies ever being made? Because there ain't any.
I mean, I feel like it did. But I mean, like, I hope that it's one of those cases where, like, eventually somebody's going to come along and say, this was done so badly, a reboot of it is so very easy, because nothing would ever follow up on this piece of shit.
No.
This is like
Fuck this
the
movie.
pinnacle of how bad of
Yeah.
like,
Burn it.
listen,
Burn it down.
we've just talked about how bad a lot of these video game movies are. I gotta say, this has got to be toward the top of the worst, right? Like we
Yeah,
talked
'cause
about, we talked about Mortal Kombat, and that's not a good movie. It's an okay movie, but it's not a
That's
good
a good
movie.
movie, though.
It's not a good movie. And then Mortal Kombat 2 and the rest just get way worse. And then Street Fighter is worse than those, right? Like Street Fighter is like Mortal Kombat 2 or 3 or whatever else way after that. It's horrible.
Yeah.
With bigger stars. Yay, good job. And then, but then this had a bunch of, decently big stars for the time, and it's absolute crap. You can't follow it. It doesn't make any sense. It's like kind of scary.
Yeah,
mean,
it
like,
was
these-
really scary. It is scary.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
it's
what are
fucking
the-
weird.
What's the dude with the little head supposed to be?
Was that Yoshi? Like, I don't fucking...
No, it wasn't Yoshi. I think Yoshi was in the.
What's that?
I think they're supposed to be Goombas, like the
Oh.
little mushroom guy.
It just
bad
doesn't
guys or
fucking make any
something.
sense.
It doesn't
Like,
make any sense.
There's no fucking sense. Like, Mario doesn't make sense, you know?
Yeah.
The game doesn't make sense. But that's okay. Like, that's just the game. But it's like, the movie makes even less sense than the actual fucking video
Right.
game that does not make sense.
Right.
It's fucking stupid.
I feel like any reboot of this would be, like, almost assuredly better.
Like, the Mario cartoon was better than the movie. Like, the shitty fucking cartoon that was shitty was better than this, like,
Yes.
movie that had, like, money behind it.
Agreed.
You know?
Yep.
Because the fucking cartoon was like, hey, game, TV show, can be same.
Yeah.
People like the game, therefore, hard math, maybe people like the show, if it's like the game. Duh, yeah. You know?
Well, look, Dustin Hoffman wanted to be Mario. Michael Keaton was approached to play Koopa but turned it down.
Michael Keaton is so smart.
Arnold
I love him.
Schwarzenegger turned down Koopa. Like this is the star power level at which they were pushing.
Well, Mario was everything back then. Like, it's still pretty much everything, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It's a bad game to try to make a movie out of in the first place.
Yes.
Especially if you're not going to stick to what people are familiar with. Because you can't make sense out of it. It makes no sense.
Kevin Costner turned down the role of
I
Koopa.
love Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner and Michael Keaton and Dennis Quaid. Those three actors are like my favorite dude actors. Like, I want them to be my dad.
Dads.
My 3 dads, it's all good. They sleep in the same bed. That's fine too. Yeah. Okay, what movie's next?
What?
I don't know. What movie's next? What
Did
movie?
you see Lara Croft, Tomb Raider?
I feel like my mom bought me the DVD, but I didn't watch it. But
Well, look, it's it was. most of the game was climbing around on stuff and tomb raiding, right? So like there was some of that in the movie, but there was a bunch of other shit that was kind of unrelated to that, and they were basically focusing on just Angelina Jolie being hot. So,
Sure.
which like I guess to a certain extent, to be fair,
Mission accomplished.
yeah.
She was.
But it was
she-
a bad movie.
Yeah, well, wasn't there like a U2 song associated with that movie?
There, you know what? The soundtrack wasn't terribly bad.
Or did like U2 release something around that time? Like for some reason, my memory is like trying to meld those two things together, and I don't know why.
Yeah, Elevation.
Elevation.
The Tomb Raider mix was a part of that. Nine Inch Nails was on that soundtrack.
Nice.
Chemical Brothers Galaxy Bounce, which is a bitchin' song.
Was
Outkast
that fucking
Speedball, and this is a good soundtrack.
was that fucking outro song on it?
The what? Oh, the Orbital
Yeah.
song? No.
That'd be funny if it was.
Missy
though.
Elliott's Get Your Freak On is in
Get the
this.
freak on.
Outkast Speedballin', Moby, BT, Delirium, Basement Jaxx, Fatboy Slim.
Wow.
Groove
What year
Armada.
was that?
This is
Like
this is a
2001,
good
4?
soundtrack. I rocked the shit out of this soundtrack at the time.
Was it
2001.
2000? What?
2001.
Yeah. That's the shit that was popular back then. Fucking, I'm gonna go fucking get in the car, listen to the radio, and Moby's gonna come on, and then Fatboy Slim, and then fucking U2. Ad nauseum.
Yep.
Yeah. What's next?
Resident Evil.
I didn't see those. They're scary. But
Um,
Milia Jovovich.
Milelia
How's she doing?
Jovovich.
How's she doing?
Good. Well, okay. So I saw the first one, and I saw like I want to say one of the ones in the middle somewhere, and I saw like the second to last or second to most recent one. I think those ones did a really good job of staying on brand. They stayed with what they are. It was Mia versus Umbrella Corporation all the way, and like a lot of different versions of that, and like
Good.
you know, kind of like the Underworld series where you don't need that much variation. Like that's the one thing versus the other thing in a different format is not like it's not high art or anything like that, but it's the formula and it works, you know. So I think that different levels throughout those movies have gotten better or worse. Some of them are certainly a lot better than others, but
That's good. That's good to know.
it was fine. Like I would be interested to hear what chat thinks about how long it's gone on. So, and Alejandra said Resident Evil movie was not what I was expecting, considering the live action cinematics in the first one. I was all sorts of ready for that. And see, there's a big problem with video game movies, is there's a portrayal of the gameplay itself, and then there's also things like cinematics, right?
Right.
And if you don't follow that stuff, then you're just not on. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just that like no matter how story driven video games are, there's just something about video games that does not translate well to movies.
yeah. Well, the part of the problem is that I feel like this is going to get better. And the reason I feel like it's going to get better is I feel like the more video games get ingrained in our current generation, it's well ingrained and it's just getting bigger. And I feel like the more that penetrates other industries, including the film industry, the more that's going to be more aligned.
That's
because
true.
it's like, for example, the Assassin's Creed movie. Beautiful movie, absolute shit story. Terrible. And like that is totally story driven. And they stuck to some of the basics, and then they went way off the deep end to God knows where, to shit that made no sense and super overcomplicated. It was terrible. It was fucking stupid. But then you got something like the Pokemon movie.
Dude, I have never cried in a movie, at a movie, like that fucking movie. Holy fuck. Fucking Ash gets like burnt to shit, turns to stone, and Pikachu like goes up to him and he's just like trying to defibrillate him with his electric shock, and he's like, "Choo, choo." And he's like, Pika-Pee, because that's what he called Ash. He's like, Pika-Pee. He's fucking crying. Oh my god. And then all the Pokemon start crying. And then fucking Mewtwo starts like realizing that he's a fucking asshole. Oh my god, and the fucking part where like clone Pikachu's beating the shit out of regular Pikachu. And he's like, Chew! Chew! He's like fucking punching the shit, and Pikachu won't fight, you know?
Yeah.
Because like even though Pikachu's master makes him fight against other Pokemon, he's not gonna fucking fight this guy because they're all fucking family. And then, oh my god, that movie is fucking soul crushing. It was a soul crushing movie.
You okay?
No. Seriously though, I went and saw that movie. I was like in grade 6 or something with my little brother and my mom. And my mom and I are just like sitting there, like the tears like right down like your shirt, like into your mouth and nose, just like and my brother's laughing at us because he's fucking asshole. Fucking, oh my god. Fucking Pikachu. Just like Pika-Pee. Ash is dead. Oh my god. Cause like Pokemon are like pets, right? And like when an animal is like in distress in a movie, it's like 5 billion times more upsetting than any like human emotion, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why that was like that. But yeah, no, that's a good example of a good video game movie.
Well, and look at the difference there, right?
Animation.
It's animated.
Animation helps.
It is
a
not.
lot.
They're not trying to retrofit something into the real world and fuck it all up.
Yeah.
It's like, so Draven said something that's really key in chat here. Story fucking first.
Yes.
Everybody tries to go with the visuals first, and that's just like right away where they fuck it up. So there's a couple others I want to get to real quick before we're out of time here.
We have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, so there's a couple I just want to mention as like a, you know, I guess worth mentioning, right? The Wizard, starring Fred Savage. Did you ever see that one?
No.
So before Super Mario Brothers 3 came out, there was this movie called The Wizard. And it was Fred Savage, and he had this younger brother who had like some issues, and the younger brother wanted to run away and go compete in a video game tournament in California, and they lived in the Midwest.
As we all do.
Of course, yeah, that's like the dream, right? So they hitchhike all the way to California, and there's other stuff and whatever, but then they get there, and this was hype as fuck because Super Mario Brothers 3 had not come out yet, but we all knew it was coming, and in the movie, they fucking play Super Mario Brothers 3 at the tournament, on the big stage, like the 3 best gamers in the nation take out, you know, it was the fucking coolest. So, and then side note, if anybody knows the band Rilo Kiley, Jenny Lewis, the lead singer from that, was like a child actor in that movie too, which is kind of cool. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which was super video game infused, not individual video game infused, but had all the video game elements. That's an example.
And
of how
a
to use it
Rickenbacker
well.
bass.
Yep.
My favorite kind.
But that's an example of how to use those elements very well. But again, that's
But that's a different story altogether.
right, and it's not based on a video game. So these are, and none of these are based on video games. These are all things that use video game elements that are just worth mentioning. Tron, obviously. In fact, there's a Pac-Man cameo in Tron, which I didn't even know about until I was looking up stuff for this. War Games was from the 80s, and that's a computer hacker breaks into a military intelligence computer to play games, but doesn't realize that what he's actually doing is shooting off real rockets and almost starts a fucking international war. And then The Lawnmower Man, do you remember that from the early 90s?
Yes.
There was a horror flick where...
Is that where that GIF came from of the lawnmower just like shooting up like higher and higher into the sky, and
No,
then
but
got
that's
like
excellent.
another Mariah Carey song like going up with it? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but that GIF is fucking amazing.
I love that GIF. And that Vine, oh my god. Anyway.
And then Edge of Tomorrow, which was actually based on a novel, which was based on video games. And in that movie, he just keeps coming back to life over and over to get another chance at doing it right. And then I just want to mention real quick, upcoming, apparently there is a Sonic the Hedgehog movie in the works, slated for 2019. I don't know if this is animated or what. I have no details on it. I didn't have time to check because I found it at the end.
Because the Sonic
Holy
the
shit.
Hedgehog cartoon was fucking bitchin'. And that, like, what was her name? Sally the Fox or whatever? She was hot. That's a hot cartoon.
And then one final mention, Ready Player One, coming out next year in 2018. If you're not familiar, it's set in a dystopian future and is about the search for an Easter egg in a virtual reality game where everybody is piled on top of each other living situation-wise, and they all escape into VR.
Sweet.
It's like The Matrix through VR as a starting point visually, and then can't fucking wait on that one.
I know, come
So,
through.
one last question from the chat room. What do they say to the Azeroth Roundtable guys tonight?
Oh, go over there and ask them what they think of the Super Mario movie, Love Lagging Balls. Maybe they've fapped to the booger on the ceiling. I
There you go.
can see John doing. I'm not picturing John doing it, but I can not imagine him doing it. I feel like he's the type of person who might come close. Wording. To being able to do that. Anyway, yes, go over to Azeroth Roundtable. They are going to be going live momentarily. Thank you guys for joining us. Check out our various social medias. We're giving away 4 BlizzCon virtual tickets. You should sign up because then you get a free ticket, or you could give it to your friend, or just keep it or sell it. I don't know. Don't do that. I don't know. But you should try, because then you can see everything. Maybe even us. You'll be able to see Pat Crane probably on the Instance Live stage, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, this is so hot. This is like way better than any video game movie." Because it's kind of like a movie. It's like
Low
the
bar.
the BlizzCon virtual ticket is the best video game visual media ever. It's like a movie. It's gonna be great. So
Sure is.
you should do that thing.
All right, guys. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you.
Bye.
I'm just gonna keep sucking the air. You just keep sucking air like that, like you get like fucked up. Are we off the airs?
Nope. Now we are.
Oh, fuck.